Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Futures Made Easy. Today, I'm going to explain a trade that I took actually this morning, Thursday, July 30th. When I was trading, I ended up trading the session up $223, but I'm going to explain to you why I longed it here at 836. I bought a long, but why did I long right here? If you've never traded before, I'm going to explain it like you're five. First, before I ever click the buy button, I always ask myself one question: who is winning right now, the buyers or the sellers? That's a very important question to ask. When I looked at this chart, the buyers were clearly in control. There was a very strong bullish momentum. You see, the bulls, the buyers were taking over all throughout pre-market, and we've seen a continuation of it after as well. We were making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, which simply means every time the market pulled back, the buyers stepped in and pushed price even higher. That tells me this market wants to move up and not down. Now, here's the mistake most beginners make: they see a big green candle and immediately buy because they're afraid of missing out. I don't do that. I don't want to catch the top of candles. I wait. At around 836 in this candle, we had seen, right? When I trade with two tick increments. Okay, so let's just expand this and show you guys what I seen. And for learning sakes, I'm going to show you the live video afterwards. Okay, this is the candle, 836 candle right here. This candle first has a long wick right here. So when it started, I actually bought the pullback. Imagine you're running up a flight of stairs. You don't sprint every single step without slowing down. You slow down for a second, catch your breath, and then keep climbing, right? The market does the exact same thing. It moves up, takes a small break, and then continues if buyers are still strong. During this pullback, I noticed something important. The market wasn't falling apart. It was simply taking a breather. The moving averages were still pointing higher, the 9 EMA moving average, and the price was still respecting them, and buyers never lost control. So instead of chasing the market higher, I waited for a pullback, and that's when I entered. Notice, I didn't buy because I knew the market would go up. Nobody knows that. I bought because the odds were stacked in my favor. Remember, we put pieces of the puzzle together, and when things make sense, that's what we buy. We can't predict the future, we just react. It's waiting for patiently for high probability setups, and that's what trading is. Just waiting for a high probability setup with your indicators all aligning together. Now, we're going to watch the live video of it. Okay, we're gonna go to the live video of it. Here it is. Oh, this is a live video of it. Okay, now I'm gonna play it at 8:36. Right, this is what I saw. I bought right there. Okay, after I bought, the market pulled back. Right, I could have actually waited a little bit longer for the pullback, but that's the mistake I made right there. Did you see what I did? Okay, let me rewind a little bit. I made a mistake here. So I was in for 3 contracts. You notice that I'm in for 3 contracts, right? For some reason on the pullback, I wanted to, here, on the pullback, because I think in my head I felt like I could have got a better positioning, I added 3 more contracts to bring this average down to here. Now, I don't advise that because now the contract size goes up and I'm at more risk of losing the money that's at stake. Also, if the market reversed right away, I would be completely fucked. Let's play it. All right, so for some reason, I buy 3 more. Okay, pause. The average goes from here to over here, but now I'm in for 6 micros, not just 3, meaning if this falls, I'm losing more money. And like what I didn't expect this to happen, but it started falling. Okay, it went up momentarily, but it fell. And this is where a lot of people get stomped off. And this is where a prime example of oversizing comes into place. Because imagine if this was 1 mini, I would have been down about $2,000 already, or like 1,500. But since micros are still kind of small, it was only 330, 400, 5. I think the most this was down was 600. But in my mind, I knew if I held long enough, this was going to continue going higher. So what happened was I just put myself through a state of panic for no reason, because there's no business for me to add 3 contracts, to be honest. I could have just 3 contracts to this trade. There's no business for me to do that. I should have just kept it at 3 contracts, not 6, because look at now, look what's going on. You see my pointer, my pointer finger was ready to click out of this, but I said to myself, hey, just trust the process. But if you watch the full video, I was panicking and I had some kind of anxiety because I did not want to lose every penny I've made. Regardless, I have a DLL of 1,000, but still, I did not want to hit that because look at now, I'm at minus 630. That's not good, right? Plus, I took one trade earlier for minus 151, so I almost got close to losing, getting stomped out of my account and reaching my DLL. So I don't advise adding contracts. I don't advise that, right? Unless you're absolutely sure it's going to go your way, I don't advise it because when people do that, they lose. And I could have very easily lost today. I held, and I'm proud of my hold. And let me forward this a little bit because it consolidated. It consolidated back and forth, right? Like I went back and forth, and I was just waiting for the consolidation to end. And normally, when a consolidation ends, it breaks through one way or another. And because the sellers weren't exactly closing below the EMAs, especially the 9 EMA, I held it. And I'm glad I did hold it because honestly, I could have held it a little bit longer because it did break through my wherever I bought it, and it continued rising. But at that point, I was just happy to take my money and run, as I like to call it. So let's forward a little bit more. Let's forward a little bit more. Let's forward a little bit more. See, I held this trade for about 6 minutes, and I think right here is when it took off. And this was the moment. If you watch my full video, I'm very happy at this moment. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about, right? But this is the moment it took off, and I didn't want to get greedy. I was up for the day, and I know if I took this trade, I would have made money, and I did $223 after my first trade was minus 150. So I made about 400 on this trade. Hey, if I held this for longer and I just took this to break even, this continued to go up about 100, 150 points. I probably would have made about $1,500, but that's okay. We have a consistency account, and I'm just happy I got a win, but I'm not going to be making that mistake again. So lesson of the story is don't oversize, don't add contracts because you will panic, especially if you're new to trading. Take care. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and if you guys like this learning stuff, let me know. I'm going to keep making videos like this, trying to teach you guys what I see when I trade the markets. Love y'all.